Hi guys, it's PJ. And again, I'm MIA. Why? Because Wolf passed away, my ex-husband. And you've seen him in some of the vlogs. He's been at my parties at Christmas. You've seen glimpses of him. We did a whisper challenge, I think. Anyway, we knew he was sick, but it was unexpected in timing. And I'm dealing with my children, my boys, who, for their own personal reasons have their own personal demons, very different from one another, about his passing. And just for their privacy, I'm not going to go any farther than that. I've known him since I was 17 years old. There's a good side of him and a really bad side of him. And, he was never abusive physically. He had many mental problems that I've told you about over the course of telling you about my life and about trying to keep my family sane and together during some really hard times. Those mental issues did not resolve just because we were apart. We separated 20 odd years ago. And he is now, he had lung cancer and basically refused any more treatment. He wouldn't do chemo, he would only do radiation, and there was nothing else they could do. But, his death was well before anybody thought he was going to pass away. I was told he had years, but he wouldn't eat and he wouldn't go to the doctor and things like that. And they just found him, dead. So, my children all gathered together, my 3 boys, one of whom, as you know, my oldest, lives in New Orleans with his wife. And if anybody has watched any news, you would know that New Orleans is threatening to become underwater again. So, that prompted him to leave in the middle of the night last night. They have a cat, number one, and he wants to get her safe. He lives in Tremé, and he wants her to get safe, and also he has a lot of recording equipment, as you know, because he's a musician, and he actually writes all the music in the background and writes, records, plays all the music in the background of all my videos, just to give you, who is he? And I did a couple of his songs on here for him, just so you can see. He also writes songs, he's a songwriter, all that. Anyway, he has a recording studio in his house, and he is down, he left at like 4 in the morning to jump a plane before they close the airports down there, because there's tornadoes and I'm scared to death. Like, I get the cat, but I just wish he didn't. Nobody saw this coming. This has just been one hell of a fucking week. Excuse my French, but geez. So he went back home. I don't know what's happening otherwise, other than now I'm scared. And I don't want him to do anything to jeopardize himself. He says he's not. He's just going to get everything out and start driving north and, just follow what's going on the TV to be able to not run smack dab into a tornado or, or flooding. But he won't be off the plane until this afternoon. I think he arrives about noon, and then he has to gather everything up, get in a car, which is very sketch right now, because Friday, I guess, they're expecting like 19 inches or something of rain, which will most probably jump the levees, and yeah, so it's a bad situation. I wish I could have gone with them, but I can't. Kimmy, my assistant, is in Jamaica, and she is spreading her sweet husband's ashes. And so as much as it's hard, somebody has to pay everybody, and so I just have to go about my business as normal, because that, small company, there's nothing else you can do. Are you sure you like the gray, guys? I want more purple in it. I like it when it's done. When it's not done, I feel like I just look like an old hag. Anyway, that's where I am right now. Oh, wouldn't a braid look pretty right here? Maybe right here. That's where I am right now. I'm just kind of taking care of the things that I need to, and trying to get through this difficult time, trying to help my children who've really had a hard time of this. There are unresolved feelings, and I honestly don't know what else I can do other than try to be there for them, and that's it. And I hope Wolf is at peace. I hope he's no longer in pain. He never really took painkillers through this whole thing. He's like, nah, I'm good. He really kind of lived life exactly on his own terms, even down to like, nope, not going to see a doctor. Like a couple days before, Laura, who I love so much, Laura, I got to call you because you just are everything. You and your family took care of him so well when he wouldn't let us in, that I'm really grateful she was there for him. And he kind of like backed us off, maybe he was afraid to feel things. I don't know. Who knows what's in that man's mind. But Laura and her family, who's been friends of our family for years and years and years, really kind of took care of him. Yeah, like that. And so I thank her immensely. I want to do something nice for her and her kids. They had tried to put an air conditioner in for him, because he all of a sudden, he was driving around the day before he died. Like, don't think he was like laying in bed, blah, blah, blah. And they tried to put an air conditioner in, and it didn't fit his window. Wolf hated air conditioning. When I tell you, I spent every summer of my marriage sweating because he absolutely hated air conditioning. And they wanted to put one in to help him breathe, because he died on Tuesday, and on Sunday night, he said he was having trouble breathing all of a sudden. Because after the radiation, he said it really felt like his lungs were fine. He was running around. And that night, Monday, he was driving around in his Monte Carlo, and he still didn't feel really well, but he was okay. Or at least he was driving around. Like, he wasn't like in bed, like that. And then he went to bed and didn't get up. So an event must have taken place, but we don't know what it is. And they said they're not even going to look because he had cancer and was terminally ill anyway. So that's where it went. But he really lived life the way he wanted, because everybody wanted him to go to the hospital or to call his doctor at least on Sunday night. And he was like, no, not doing it. He didn't want medication. He didn't want the things that people normally want. He didn't want to die. He just didn't want the intervention, knowing that it wouldn't make a difference. And he was good with the radiation because it helped. But then he was like, no chemo. We're not going to do that knowing what the outcome is anyway. And so I don't know if that's a smart decision or not. I mean, he's gone now, so maybe not. But I don't know, because he lived life the way he always wanted to. And he was always a free spirit. He had a lot to overcome. And he did things his way, no matter what. And so you've got to give it up for somebody like that. You've got to say, okay, they did it their own way. So anyway, my family and I are getting through it. I will be back on soon enough. I want Jeb to be safe. I'm really worried because I don't like the idea of him going down there. But if it wasn't for the cat, if it was only the equipment, I would absolutely have flipped out and told him no. But the cat, yeah, I mean, I can see, if it was my girls, I would go. So I just want him to be safe. Like, don't put yourself in harm's way. No waiting in the dark. He actually wrote me that. He's like, I won't be waiting in the heat and dark. Like, for the equipment. Like, I'm going to get the cat. I'm going to get my equipment up as high as I can, get the cat, and get out of there. And that's what I want him to do. So I will be on pins and needles until I hear that he's out of the way. For everybody else in New Orleans, good luck to you. Be safe. Nothing's worth you. Everything else is replaceable. Okay, so be safe out there. Be careful. And I'm sending out all the best energy I can. I'm surrounding my son with the best energy, the most luck, the most good fortune coming into this. I think I'm going to send it out to the entirety of New Orleans. Just safety and good energy. Safety and good energy. That people get out when they need to, and that hopefully they just don't need to. But we'll see. And I love you guys, and I'll talk to you as soon as I can.